Hi Co, this is an answer to your question about entries and what to do when the candles are large. Well, there's a few things you can do now. I have tried to stick to absolute unambiguous candlestick analysis for the entries and the setups and so on and so forth. But now we have the histo alert, you could rely on that more and accept that when you get these bursts and break and closes on, say for example, the 15-minute, bearing in mind you would drop down to the 5-minute for an entry, always take your trigger from the higher time frame. So if the RSI alert has just said, yeah, we're good to go, we've got a nice bit of momentum on the 15-minute, or even when you're looking at your setup, even the 30-minute or above, you can be comforted, if you like, reassured that you're in the right direction by that higher time frame situation. So even this here, it's already made a suggestion before the pullback, as it were, in this 3-candle reversal here. Even this here should give you a relative amount of comfort. And if you look on the lower time frames, I haven't done this, it will probably be a good burst above the 20 level on the 5-minute. I haven't looked at that, but I wanted, before we go changing time frames and charts and stuff, you've got a brilliant setup here, and it's a brilliant reversal setup in that it's perfect, picture perfect. High, low of the red candle, lower high, lower low of the green candle, then the reversal. We failed to break the low, so this becomes our ultimate candle, that's the penultimate. Low, high, high, low, higher, high, and close above the yellow line there, which is the resistance we need to break to confirm the possible reversal. Possible, I say. Then we can do the song low, high, high, low, high, high. We've got swing 1, swing 2, swing 3 is the close, swing 4 is this pullback, which we know happens. Break support, break of resistance acts as support. It comes back to test it. It can be tradable on the higher time frames because it happens so often. Talked about that a million times. So this is beautiful. The stop should be below swing 2. In the old days, if we'd treated this like a 2B that it is, then Vic Sperandio would have said the stop below 1. So you have to make a decision yourself. Bearing in mind his target used to be the start of swing 1. I prefer to use a flip zone, as you can see more often than not. Where it is, the price doesn't have to go to the extreme, of course. It can do if it's in a start of an uptrend, because we know an old resistance level has got to be broken in order for price to continue. But when you're at the extremes, then don't expect it to go to the tops. It did here, but you would have had a massive drawdown. In fact, that would have been another trade. So there's a perfect example of a setup. And so that's an easy one, because that's sort of a grinding time of day. And when you've got that, you tend to get the better entries with tighter stops, cleaner, tighter stops. When you've got volatility in the market, i.e. like the London Open here, we know that is because that's my box for the Billy TT breakout, 8 to 8.15 candle, then you are often going to get left behind, waiting for breaks and pullbacks. That's when the histo alert comes into play, and you can use your lower time frames and your higher time frames both to give you a view of what price might do. And if you're happy with the higher time frame, say the 30-minute, looking very bullish, then just really, I suppose you could say, take the break of swing 3. Okay, the break of the higher swing 3 combined with your RSI histo alert, and then you may get a reversal on you, because if it breaks straight away, then you expect to have a possible retracement. So only experience, practice can get you that that perfect entry, as it were. It depends on, back again, it depends on the time of day, volatility of the market. If you're in a grinding stage, then you're probably going to get the perfect entry. You can still use your histo to get the belt and braces effect, as it were. In the busy time of day, rely more on the histo and the breakout and your time of day, of course. I will not trade through an hour because I don't like doing it. Sometimes, very rarely I will, but as a rule, as you saw probably yesterday, in fact, I think, or the day before, I closed the trade 1 minute before the close of the hour. You know, because you're really, in my opinion, just gambling. Then here's another example of a fast breakout: high, low, lower, high, lower, low, low, high, higher, low, higher, high, and close. And we had a small pullback, but it looks like it's well, probably a couple of pips pullback, and then it's absolutely gone to the moon. Once again, this would have been a trade to rely on the histo alert. So we've got these, let's get rid of that line because that's nothing by all looks of it. Oh, the other thing while I'm here is if you fail to get your perfect setup on one currency pair, you can always look for another currency pair that has a similar sort of looking major trend. And quite often you will get the perfect setup on another currency pair, like in this instance GA during that London Open. You know, there was a reversal by the looks of it, high, low, lower, high, lower, low, here. And then the price blasted up with very little pullback. So that's another one you would have had to take your lead from the histo alert. But the fact remains, you know, you can, these patterns are almost identical at the same time of day in this currency pair, so just pick the best one. It might have a better target. I often do this, and I rarely mention this. I've forgotten about this. It's because it adds a little bit of ambiguity to the way this is traded, but as time goes by, you will probably find this very helpful, that little tip about using different currency pairs with similar setups. That way you can, it's like curve fitting, but it isn't, if you know what I mean. It's just another tool in your toolbox. So here we have, let's have a look at this potential entry here. So with regards to the RSI, and see whether that could have helped us here, or here, or here. So I've highlighted the three vertical lines. We go down a time frame. Oh, let's make sure they're on the correct candles. That's on the correct entry candle there. In fact, no, we need it to be on the candle of 4. This one we didn't even get this is 4 effectively, isn't it? Yeah, that was 3. Swing 1, 2, 3. Swing 1, 2, 3, and swing. That's the breakout candle there. Sorry if this is going on a little bit. That's the close and break, or break and close there. So just double check. Well, it's splitting hairs, and I don't want to. I think it's that one there was the break. So this is 4. So if we look down now, or we look on our current time frame, bear in mind we would be on this candle looking for the reversal. We can see we've had a good punch up there. Not so much there. I'm talking about the bar prior to swing 4, and pretty strong move there. So let's have a look at the 5 minute, and this one looks like it broke the 20 level before our potential entry. Not quite. And this is another point, I'm digressing a bit, but this is arbitrary, this level 20 means nothing to me, means nothing to any of us really. I don't understand how this works, so let's just say we change this to 19 and minus 19. I wonder how many extra trades we would potentially get and the confidence from it. I have looked at it just before I made this video, and it is very rare actually that these bars hit 19. sorry, 18. It either goes to 19 or 20. So it could be an interesting, and I've always said this needs looking into. So, but it needs someone to do a load of back testing and statistics. Anyway, getting back to the point, this is a nice strong bar. And if we had said 19, we would have taken this trade without even thinking twice. And what happened there? Why did I thought I had 3 highlighted vertical lines. No, I unhighlighted it. Sorry. So let's go back. This one here was the grinding one, and we didn't get the highlight, the break of the 20 or 19 if you want, but it looks like this did break and bust. 149729, double check it because it can read wrong, and then 166. So that was a brilliant trigger there. So you could just go off the trigger on this. In fact, it combined with, by the looks of it, a close above that high. Close 683. The high was 7016, and the close 7017. So yeah, that actually broke and closed above the reversal bar. You've even got a little pullback in there, and then you've got a continuation there. So that is brilliant. That's given us the power to take that trade and just live with the drawdown there. And then you've got a nice steady, if you entered there, 25 pips on this currency, GZ. So and then finally, so the histogram would have got us in there fine, and you wouldn't have I wouldn't have bothered with 1 minute at that point, because that's but you could, and you would have seen the pullback, and you would have got your good entry as well. And then for time reasons, I'm having to rush through these now because the video won't save otherwise. In this instance here, we got a big strong 20 break there. Volatility, no doubt. The Frankfurt and London boys are messing around, and then you've got a we're looking for a break and close above that high there. 156369. Sorry, 156369, 159375. That gave us the entry there. Really, I'm happy with that. That break and close above the previous green we looked at, the high, and so that's how to use the histogram. That high, it doesn't look it, but it is higher than that one. It's closed higher. That's good enough for me. So you can, and I think actually as it happens, it looks like it closed above the high of that, but I can't spend more time looking into this now in case the video doesn't save. So you've got there, hopefully that explains a lot for you. It's just time and understanding. You also, I can clearly see a 2B going on here as well, but that's another story. And this one is nicely off the hourly 8 EMA. So there's so many things, and you've got this descending trend line going on here that should connect there, and you've got so many things in your favour, but it is just screen time, and some you just have to let go. That's all there is to it. If they look too big and the price has gone without you, then walk away and find another trade. Okay, I hope that helps. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.